I feel that I have learnt a lot and had significant progression from my preliminary task. My usage of software such as Quark and Photoshop have helped me find the techniques I have employed in order to create an authentic, realistic looking magazine. I have progressed into employing conventions that similar magazines use through my research of such magazines as NME, Q and Mojo. These include using house styles, conventions of contents layouts, masthead design and image compositions. In terms of house styles, my research into other magazines as well common traits in the mod subculture helped me find out the colours which best suited TMM, the red, blue and white colours. In terms of contents page and double page spread layouts, getting to know and repeatedly use Quark as well as researching contents pages in Q magazine influenced me in how my final product TMM would look. I also learnt the importance through research of magazines aimed at teenagers such as NME and Q that subcultures can be shown boldly or subtly. For example, it took close examination of NME's house style colours to see how they related to the indie subculture, but how bold it was to notice by looking at the featured artists themselves, their clothing and what they talked about to see what subculture the magazines were aimed at. A final progression I have made since my preliminary task was to meticulously plan each element of the magazine. I undertook very little planning for my preliminary task, doing a small amount of research and using very little examples for reference. However, various elements of my final product have been planned to a fine detail in order for them to look sufficiently realistic. An example is in my double page spread. After having my draft double page spread analysed by my peers, I was told that it needed a lot of work, particularly in the main image. The example I had used was difficult to replicate for an article of a band, as it required more detail. Therefore, I redesigned the layout of my double page spread with reference to a double page spread found in an issue of Q magazine. The article was on The Who's Roger Daltrey, a well-known musician in the mod scene and wider audience. Therefore, the layout and design, as well as substance, would have relevance to the readership I was trying to entice. After redesigning my double page spread and letting it be analysed once again, my reviews a second time were much more favourable, as I had used a clear example and used pastiche with reference to the double page spread in order to make mine more authentic and realistic.